Hello, everyone. Welcome back to 30 Days of Yin Yoga. Today's theme will center around the current season, winter, and we'll work with the still, quiet, and dark nature of the energy of winter and use that energy to turn inward for nurturing during these cooler months. Go ahead and grab 2 blocks and a bolster or a pillow or any other props you'd like to support you throughout our practice today. Let's begin in supported reclined butterfly pose. Bring your bolster or pillow long back behind you and press the edge of your bolster up against your tailbone. Bring your feet to touch, your knees go out wide. Bring your heels as close or far away from your groin as you would like. Then gently roll your spine back onto your bolster. Allow your head to rest on your bolster as well. Bring your hands to rest on your hips and allow the energy from your knees to begin to send downward into the earth. Allow gravity to do the work here and allow yourself to just completely rest and surrender. If it becomes a little much on your hips, go ahead and just prop some blocks underneath your knees to prevent any pull from gravity that may be pushing you beyond your limits. This restorative variation of reclined butterfly really helps to open up the hips and improve mobility in the thoracic spine. Our body becomes very stiff and cricky during the cold winter months, so really allowing space and energy to go into those parts of our body that may be holding a little bit more tension during this season. Go ahead and gently begin to bring your knees in like you're closing a book. You can use your hands to help you. Then go ahead and just roll over to your right side and gently push your way up. We come to meet seated on our mat. Go ahead and put your bolster to the side and open your legs out wide as you can, while maintaining a point up of your toes towards the sky. Gonna come to find single leg dragonfly. So once you find that foundation in your legs, take a deep inhale, find length in your spine. As you exhale, begin to melt your body over to the right side. Option to use a block to place your forearm on the block or your forearm just on the earth. Go ahead and just revolve your chest open to the side of the room. Roll your left shoulder back, really shine your chest towards the side of the room. Option to take your left hand back behind you into a half bind. Your fingertips can rest between that little crease of your abdomen and your thigh. Just allow your head to dangle over to the right side, feeling the deep opening in your hips, your groin, and the back of your thighs. Inviting that gentle opening to your inner knees that stretch into the whole of your side body. Arriving to a point where you can find stillness here and explore how your body continues to change and react through the time you spend here in this pose. Release the bind of your left arm from behind you and gently press your body back up. You find a nice tall neutral spine. Inhale, find that length. And on your exhale, begin to melt your body over to the left side, opening your chest towards the side of the room. Place your forearm firmly onto the floor on the inside of your calf. Come to find that half bind of your right arm behind your back, resting your fingers in between that little ditch between your thigh and your pelvis, right at your hip. Allowing your head to just dangle gently to the side, trying to tilt your chin slightly upward. Allowing that energy to be received, that lightness, that brightness that we begin to crave during these very cold and dark months. Explore how the sides of your body may be differing today. If there's anything that you can notice without judgment, and just seeing how you can move forward throughout the rest of your practice here. Roll your chin towards your chest, release that half bind, and then slowly press your way back up. You find that nice, tall, neutral spine. Go ahead and bend your left knee in, and then bend your right knee and hold it in your arms like a little baby. We find rocking baby here. So your right foot goes into the ditch of your left elbow, and your right knee goes into the ditch of your right elbow. Bring your shin a little bit closer to your chest, opening up your hip, and then gently resting your right shin on top of your left shin for fire log pose. Firmly press both sit bones into the earth, and your legs are parallel to the front of your mat. If your right knee doesn't meet your left foot, go ahead and just bring a block there to reduce the space. Take a deep inhale, find the length here in your spine. On your next inhale, reach your right arm up to the sky and bend your right arm behind your back. You can swing your left arm back behind you, and then maybe you find a grip of your fingertips for Gomukhasana arms, cow face arms. You can stay here, or you can explore hinging your chest forward and resting your head upon a block. If you have a strap or a scarf, you can use that in your hands if your hands don't meet yet. Just using the scarf or a prop to just hold your arms in this iteration, even if they don't meet yet. You might notice that one side is more approachable than the other, and as we move on to the next side, you'll get to explore how the sides of your body differ. And maybe just the arm sitting upright is enough. That hinge forward can be a lot, especially on that upper arm, that upper shoulder, that right shoulder. So you meet yourself to the depth that serves you best, and you stay. If you took that hinge, slowly begin to roll your body up and then gently release the bind. You allow your arms to come down to the side. We'll switch sides. Bring your right foot just slightly out in front onto your mat and bring your left foot into that little rocking baby pose. So your left foot goes into the ditch of your right arm, your left knee goes into the ditch of your left arm. Just rock your legs side to side, finding some space in your hip, and then gently lay your left leg on top of your right leg, both legs parallel to your mat. Flex both of your feet. Inhale, you find length. Exhale, you stay. On your next inhale, lift your left arm up to the sky. Go ahead and bend it back behind you. And then reach your right arm up behind you and then find that grip here. Maybe you recruit a scarf. Maybe you just send the energy of your fingertips towards one another, acknowledging if maybe it's a little bit more tight on this side, or maybe you have a little bit more space. I know for me on this side, I'm a little bit more tight, so I'm going to stay just a little bit more upright for a bit here. But go ahead, if in your body it's calling to you, you find that hinge of your torso forward. You can rest your forehead on your block. Maybe play around with how tall or short your block is. And for me, I'm not going to go any further here, but I do want to find that hinge in my torso. So I'm just going to release the arms and then hinge my body forward. Always encourage you to listen to your body, meet yourself where it's at. And if it looks different from my body or what I'm saying, that's fine. Nothing is better or worse. It's just different. Gently begin to make your way up. If your arms were in Gomukhasana, go ahead and gently release your arms. And then bring your left leg off from your right leg. We're going to come to lay on our back. So we come to find foot hook twist with a bind. Extend your legs long on your mat and pull your right knee into your chest. Give it a nice big hug. And then bend your left knee and send your right leg over your left knee. Maybe we stay there. Maybe you're able to hook your foot underneath your calf and then explore sending your knees over to the left side. Your shoulder blades remain connected to the earth. You can find cactus arms or a T pose with your arms. Maybe you take your gaze over to the right side of the room. Feeling this twisty twist of a stretch. We're like twisted squared here with our legs. I love putting twisting poses at the end of practice to really help to restore equilibrium in the nervous system and release tension in the spine. Like I was saying, during the winter, the cold months, there's a lot of tension that begins to build up in our body, and it can be challenging for us to release it. So, finding poses and practices like yin really helps to force that release. It shows that your body is acknowledging that, like, hey, there's something I'm holding here that I'd like to let go. And by you staying and listening, is respecting your body's wishes to release that is no longer serving it. Go ahead and bring your gaze back up towards the ceiling. Begin to send your knees back up towards the sky. You'll release that twist of the bind of your legs and a neutral spine for a moment, and then hug your left knee in towards your chest. Then send your left knee over your right knee. Maybe you find that bind of your toes underneath your calf. And then send your knees over to the right side of your mat. Come to find the arm iteration that serves you best. Then maybe you take your gaze over to the left side, bringing your body in to a whole twist here. Allowing yourself to notice any differences, acknowledging what and where your body is feeling sensation right now, and getting to watch how that develops as you stay in this pose. Gently roll your head back to center and begin to send your knees back up towards the sky. Release that twist from your legs. Find a neutral spine here. Go ahead and bring your knees towards your chest. Reach your hands in between your thighs and grab your outer feet with your hands. We find happy baby pose here. This pose can start to get a little bit intense, especially being here for a few minutes, but I invite you to stay and really allow this stretch and this pose to begin to open your thighs, your hips, and your groin, allowing that release from your lower back and realigning and stretching the spine here. Allow this pose to begin to ease any stress and anxiety being held in your body, and come to find stillness here. If and when your mind begins to wander, just bring it back to your breath, bring it back to this moment, bring it back to your body. Release the grip from your feet and slowly extend your legs out long on your mat as we come to find our final pose of class today, Shavasana. Bring your right hand to rest over your heart, your left hand over your abdomen, connecting back to your body, as sometimes during the winter months it's easy, at least for me, to begin to feel a disconnect. And so taking this moment to practice, to listen with my body, to sit with my body and just feel my body really helps just bring me back to this present moment that sometimes maybe I want to escape. So I invite you to do the same thing here. Connect to your body through touch and through breath, and allow yourself to just fully release. This is where I'll leave you today. Feel free to always stay as long as you'd like or as long as you can. Thank you so much for practicing with me again today. The light in me bows to the light in you. Thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow.